I have no idea.
What's funny is today is my husband's birthday. I was like, sorry.
Good evening. We're ready to go.
He's like,
fine.
That's been interesting.
He got off work early, 33.
So many.
Yeah, he got off work early, so
Bob?
he had some hours before, so. It's not like you do.
Bob, we're ready to go.
Okay, I'll call this meeting to order of the Bowling Green City Planning Commission. This is our August meeting. And Chase, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Body,
Here.
Ms. Broadwell,
Here.
Ms. Denbo,
Here.
Ms. Ennis,
Here.
Mr. McComber,
Here.
Mr. Phillips,
Here.
Mr. Remus,
Here.
Mr. Stalter,
Here.
Mr. Waddle.
He's coming in the door.
Count him almost. Count him almost here.
Almost.
3/4 here.
Let him get in here. Just say here, Bob.
Yeah, say I'll hear real loud.
Sorry. All right, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes, which has been passed out from the July 2nd meeting to all the members here ahead of time. Does anybody have any corrections or additions or deletions? Then the minutes are approved as they were set out. Next, we have lobby visitation. This is a chance for anyone in the audience to talk to us about anything you want to that's not set for a public hearing tonight, which we do have a public hearing. If you wanted to say anything about vape shops, you should wait for the public hearing. Rose, you have anything you want to talk to us about?
Sure, I didn't sign up, so.
That's okay.
I'm Rose Drain. I live at 228 East Court Street, and I am an active member of BG Song. And since Bob invited me, I'll just come up and let you know that as we did 2 years ago, and as the East Side Association did for a couple of decades. We're going door to door in the PR district and in the older neighborhoods on the east side of Bowling Green to provide, I think we're going to provide the city's Good Neighbor Guide and then our lease and peace information that we've been getting out in various ways. So we need volunteers for that. If any of the Planning Commission members, Mr. Mayor, City Council members, everyone is invited to help us. So we're going to get out. I think the most the East Side Association did was, somewhere over 400. We're going to do. We're ambitious this year. We're going to do 2,500 doors, and that's not going into any apartment complexes. We don't want our volunteers to go into buildings. It's just rentals that have doorknobs, basically. So it's a good project, gets good information into the hands of people, and it's just another way for them to sort of pay attention to what their responsibilities are as renters and what rights they have. So
When are you doing this, Rose?
this is during the university's for the public good event, which is on Saturday, August 23rd. The university's kickoff is at 9 in the morning. So we'll attend that and then pull our volunteers aside, and we'll have them go out in groups of 2 people with a map, a list of the addresses they'll be covering, within a small number of blocks, each group of volunteers. My husband is working on the number of pairs of volunteers. We're going to need maybe 15, maybe more. We'll see. We don't have that quite figured out yet.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rose. Well, next on the schedule, we have a public hearing regarding text amendments to Chapter 150 of the zoning code having to do with the tobacco and vape stores. And we've talked about this a couple of times. And we've gotten to the point where we need to have a legally required public hearing, and then we will move this on to council. So let's start. Heather, do you have anything else to add to, your comments in previous meetings?
I have nothing to add unless you have any questions.
Anybody have any questions for Heather? We don't really have an applicant for the applicant's testimony, so I think we move on to public testimony. Is there anybody in the audience that wants to address this topic before we discuss it amongst ourselves? All righty, we're moving right along here. Now deliberation by the commissioners. We've already pretty well deliberated with this. There's not a lot left to do. I think at the last meeting, we took the various sections that Heather had proposed and took a sort of an informal vote one by one to see if there was a majority opinion that we should change any of those. And although it wasn't a unanimous vote in each instance, we did decide to keep everything as she had proposed at that point in time. Does anybody feel differently about that now with another month's time behind us?
No.
Okay. I would say, I think that what we'll do in a minute here is make a motion and vote to send this on to council then as Heather has proposed it. I've indicated before that I have I have some qualms about this, and I still do. And I guess as I thought about it quite a bit, I'd bring up 2 points. I will say I do intend to vote for it, let council deliberate and decide for themselves. There's a part of me that is sensitive to the notion of government sort of picking winners and losers among business enterprises. That I think the proposal as it stands almost eliminates the possibility that any new vape shops would be opened. Now, I'm not, as I've said before, I'm not in favor of vape shops and their products. But that still is something that concerns me a bit. The other thing that concerns me maybe even a bit more is that these proposed amendments, I'm not sure what they're going to really do in terms of being effective, largely because of all the ancillary businesses that sell vape products that are not affected by these proposed amendments. It doesn't apply to them. It only applies to the dozen or so true vape shops that exist in the city. But I think if somebody wants a vape product and there's, 16 alternative sites, they won't have much trouble finding something. And they're already, to the extent that we're worried about these companies that produce these products preying on poor and younger people, you've already got to be 21 before you can legally purchase any of these products. Somehow I know some of them certainly seem to be ending up in the hands of people that are less than 21, but these amendments that we're considering tonight won't stop that from happening. So I have some hesitation because I'm afraid that that this just will not change the outcome at all. Like I said, with that said, I'm planning to vote for the proposed amendments and let council make their own decision about it. But I'm not totally enthusiastic about the whole thing. Yeah. If anybody else wants to say something, feel free.
Bob, I agree with you, and I think maybe the 1 mile limitation does effectively keep everything out. However, I'm disappointed there's no one here tonight to speak to it.
I
So,
thought certainly there would be somebody, at least from the vape shops here to.
yeah, so, I think I agree with you pretty much all the way, Bob, but again, I would probably vote to send it to council as well.
I understand, and I understand, and I would support you in your concerns. But again, I will vote for it because city council can make the determination.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sort of echo the same sentiments. We obviously, my livelihood is based on helping businesses find spots to rent in town, right? And if there's a business or something that they do that is a legal operation, I've always said I am all about the free market, right? The free market should dictate whether that business will make it, whether it won't make it. But on the flip side, both my wife and I drive around a lot of towns, and including this one. And, we ask each other, how many of that business do we need in one town, right? And sometimes it can be overkill, and certain businesses certainly do not portray the image that towns may want, and I understand that as well. So I've struggled with this a little bit for the same reasons, Bob. But I also will vote in favor of it today. But it's not my favorite thing to let government limit what somebody can and can't do with a property or with their business too. So.
Anybody else? Okay, well, I think we've basically eliminated any need to reconsider individual sections of what you proposed, Heather. So now I think we need to make a motion and send this on to City Council. I would move that we send the proposed amendments as they have been passed out to us earlier, and we discussed at the last meeting as well as this one, that they be passed on to City Council with our recommendation to at least consider or approve those amendments.
And I will second it.
Okay, Chase, you want to call the roll?
Ms. Broadwell,
Yes.
Ms. Denbo,
Yes.
Ms. Ennis,
Yes.
Mr. McComber,
Yes?
Mr. Phillips,
Yes.
Mr. Remus,
Yes.
Mr. Stalter,
Yes.
Mr. Waddle,
Yes.
Mr. Body.
Yes.
Okay, that's unanimous, 9-0. Moving on, Julie, do you have anything from the Zoning Board of Appeals for us?
We did not meet in July.
Okay. And we're down to Heather. Do you have anything for us tonight?
Okay, so quick permit update. So far this year, we've issued 251 zoning permits compared to 252 at this time last year, so nearly equal in the zoning permit total. So far, we've had 40 new single-family housing starts compared to 20 at this time last year, so nearly double. So far this year. We've had 1 commercial new construction compared to 0 at this time last year, and we've have 1 multi-unit application in process compared to none at this time last year. We also have had 1 new construction in the innovation and employment zoning, and which is the same as this time last year. And we've had 2 institutional new construction projects and none at this time last year. So since we've last met, we did issue a permit for Quick Trip to build at the southeast corner of East Wooster and South Dunbridge Road, which is addressed as 120 Freeway Court across from that Meyer and Meyer gas station. Permits currently under review or on hold are Speedway, new construction at 1650 East Wooster Street. Those plans were just received a couple weeks ago, and staff is just finalizing our review. Tin Man Warehouse at 1358 Beller Drive. We're waiting for resubmittal of more detailed plans. Same for Pioneer Packing, their addition at 510 Napoleon. And Bowling Green High School, we're just waiting on their financial guarantee, and then we can issue that permit. And then the Bowling Green Senior Living, new construction adjacent to 1010 South Main Street, which is Aldi. They actually just submitted amended plans, so we're pretty close to issuing their permit also for 66 dwelling units for seniors. We have no subdivisions under review at this time. Still working on access management policies and guidelines update. Subdivision regulations, we did receive 3 proposals from companies, and we currently have departmental staff reviewing those and scoring those to help us decide which one we can pick there. And just to give you an update also on, shared use paths, we talk a lot about from the future land use plan and the community action plan. We have solidified funding for Safe Streets for All. That's $3.6 million for construction of a 10-foot wide paved shared use path and intersection improvements along North Main Street between Poe to Nims Road. We've also mentioned before that, of course, we have the South Main Street shared use path that will be going in soon. And then we also have other paths that are underway, which include the one from Crim Elementary to residential neighborhoods in Carter Park, and then from Cogan's to the BG CUNY Center and the BG High School Middle School complex. And then the remainder of Main Street is also being studied for possible protected on-street bike lanes and shared use paths. So we've had a lot of movement since all of our planning processes, and I think it's important to share with Planning Commission the implementation we're doing. Also, as far as some other activities since we last met, City Council passed a resolution adopting an active transportation and complete street policy, which I gave you a copy. That was on August 4th. Public hearings were held for 416 West Booster Street for that property to be on our local historic register and have that historic overlay zoning, and for the interim zoning of recently annexed properties on Sand Ridge Road that you reviewed. Those all passed. The next public hearing is for the interim zoning that you recommended for petition annex property or to be annexed property on Brim and Bishop Roads, and that hearing is on Tuesday, September 2nd at 6:30. And then, since this is really a fun and important event that BGSU and the city planned together, Rally BG on Main is happening again on Saturday, August 23rd, and I gave you a flyer about that on the website, and it would be great to see you all there. And otherwise, that's it, unless you have any questions for me.
Any questions for Heather? Anything else for the good of the order tonight? Well, I don't know if it's a record, but it's close. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
And I'll second it.
Judy seconded, passed 9-0.